Anyone who's ever returned home to find suspicious canine teeth marks on their new shoes knows how much mischief an animal can get into when it's bored. The keeper crew at the Houston Zoo has tips and tricks to keep animals productively occupied, and they share a few ideas on this week's Animal Magnetism. On September 24th, the Houston Zoo will celebrate Enrichment Day, an opportunity for keepers to show off their best playtime strategies. Primate keeper Rachel Vess explains the basics of enrichment.
Enrichment is one of, I think, the most important things about being a zookeeper. Especially working with primates, they're extremely intelligent, and you really have to make sure that they're challenged and that they are stimulated all day long. So since these guys live in captivity, we have to come up with lots of different things to keep them occupied throughout the day. And it's so they don't get bored and develop lots of stereotypic behaviors, and to keep them as healthy and happy as possible.
Each type of animal requires a unique set of strategies.
Basically, we like to cover all the senses. Our cats in particular love to use their claws and their teeth, so anything that they can tear into, they love it. Because pretty much everything that we have for our animals in particular in the carnivore department has to be carnivore friendly. So you can't just give them a normal toy you would get them from the pet store, you have to come up with it yourself. And so all the keepers have to put their heads together and come up with creative ways of what can we give them that they won't tear up, what can we give them that they won't ingest, and be fun for them at the same time. These guys love to use their noses out in the wild, whether it be for communication or for hunting. So we can come out with examples I have here today are regular kitchen spices, or the really, really bad cologne or perfume that you get as a gift that you are never ever going to wear. A lot of it is donated to us, and we can use that. We can go out into the exhibit and spray the rocks, the trees, some of their toys that we give them. Encourages them to, again, use their sense of smell to figure out where things are, to locate things, and it also makes whatever that scent is on a little bit more interesting.
We have a wide variety of different intellect in birds, from parrots and jays that are really smart to some birds that most of their day is just spent trying to find food or trying to find shelter. For parrots and jays, we try and keep them as stimulated as possible. For certain things like the stilts, for example, we have black-necked stilts. They just like to eat pretty much, so we give them bugs. I did recently find enrichment for them, so I'm going to start trying to do some more stuff for them too, but it just depends on the bird, exactly how you enrich it.
So enrichment for these guys, they really like to dig, being that they're pretty much foragers. They spend a lot of their time either digging tunnels, looking for food. So the best way to enrich them is to utilize their digging ability. So what we like to give them most of the time is something for them to kind of scratch at, figure out what they can uncover. So whether it's a container that has some bugs in it, they can kind of stick their paws inside and try and pull out and see what they get.
We do stuff that's just plastic containers, and we can actually seal them shut, and then they have to open it up. These are great because they can see what's inside of it, but they can't get to it that easy. So sometimes they'll shake it around and make their own enrichment. So they'll get auditory stuff as they have kind of visual, and once they get it open, that's a tactile thing as well. We've got some animals who are a little more tame and not as destructive, so we can actually give them stuffed animals, and they'll sit and groom these like they're other animals of their species. A lot of times if we have a singly housed animal, we'll give them stuffed animals and things like that, and they really like them a lot, so it's a great thing, and some of them squeak.
For more information about Enrichment Day, visit the zoo's website at www.houstonzoo.org. The site also has additional information about enrichment and a wish list if you'd like to surprise your favorite animal with a new toy. For Animal Magnetism, I'm Stacee Hawkins.